Have you ever asked yourself, like, okay, usually feel like usually paid less from where you work, and maybe you feel like, hey, if it can be added a little bit in terms of how much I make, then I can be able to achieve a lot of dreams in my life. And then you ask yourself, on what basis do some people? Let me tell you one secret. In a single day, there's someone who makes 300 Kenyan shillings. The same day, there's someone who makes 1,000. Someone makes three. Someone makes 100. Someone even makes over 1 million in a single day. All right? Okay, now the point is this. What exactly goes on for that to happen in a typical 24-hour system? And let me tell you one secret. This is what I'm going to share with you. The less valuable you are, the less money you'll make in this life. And let me just shed some light. And guess what? Even if you have something disturbing you around there, just sit back, relax, and watch this video to the end. Don't forget this. Knowledge is power. And I'm sharing this information to you for free. I am not charging you anything to watch this information. The only thing I'm requesting, humbly, is to like the video. It doesn't cost you anything. Down below there is a like button. And if you don't want to miss any of my good videos in the future, subscribe to this channel. Okay? Now, let's get to the business. Now, what do I mean by the less valuable you are, less money you make? Let me ask a very simple question. Can you go to an example in an institution? Let's go to a school, okay? In a school, it's composed of different people. There is a head teacher, there is teachers, there is non-teaching staffs, we have the cooks, we have the people who do the cleaning and what have you, slashing and what have you. Now, have you ever asked yourself, why do they pay those guys who clean and what have you way less money compared to a bazaar? Yeah, I know probably you're going to tell me, hey, it is because the bazaar, possesses the knowledge of the computing and numbers and what have you. It is true. At the end of the day, what are you talking about? You're talking about value, okay? Let me tell you one secret. You see, most of the people say, hey, I want to go out there and I want to make as more money as can. No, you can't make money, my dear. You can't make money. Money is not made. It's not your role to make money, okay? What do I mean? Forget about this. You can't make money. You can't make, what do? You attract money. All right. Let me tell you one secret. What happens? You see, I say you don't make money, the government makes money. Government has the ability to call the printing press and say, hey, print as many notes as you can. Okay. But you cannot do so. What you do, you take money from people. All right. You either get yourself into business, you get money from different people because you're selling something. And that's why I always tell people, whenever you go out there and you realize your money is getting out of your pocket, think. Because at the end of the day, what you're supposed to understand is that people take money from different people, take money from you, take money from the other person, and all those kind of things. So if you have the ability to take more money from different people, then we say you can be able to make more, then you're wealthy, then you'll be able to do what? To have a lot of money, okay? So the ability of you to attract, to get more money. And what's this ability? For example, we have a very wonderful Kenyan called Joshua Igara. I think the former CEO of KCB Bank. That guy used to be paid close to 33 million or 31, around there. Basically mean like $1 million in a day. The same institution of KCB, there is someone who is being paid 15,000 at the end of the month. So what does it tell you? It's the perceived value. And this is where people get confused. Let me tell you one secret. There is something called the market perception. You see why? The reason as to why the cleaner is being paid less, it is because, or the reason as to why the cook is being paid less compared to a teacher is because of what? The market perception. The market perceives a cook as an individual who can be replaced anytime. Now, this now brings another topic. If whatever you do, you can be replaced anytime, then it means you are actually less valuable. Have you ever met some guys in an institution, any given institution, and these guys, they are not actually like employees, they are like assets. You cannot even dare to fire them, because if you do, you hurt the entire operating system of that given company. Probably you're watching this video and you have a company, or maybe you have a business. There is that employee you usually say, if I dare fire this guy, I am telling you, before I get another individual like this one, I'm gonna get myself into problems. So I'd rather do the best as I can, okay? Obviously not massage his or her ego, but at least to make sure I appreciate his or her presence, okay? Now, the point is this. The less valuable you are, the less money you'll make. You know why? The moment you have more value, you have more room to actually negotiate your salary. Have you ever seen an individual who actually fronts a resignation letter to the boss and says, hey, you know what, sir? I would love to, vacate of this business or vacate this institution because I'm looking forward to going to another place, and they give their reasons for that. And by the way, if you realize you are more valuable, provided respectively, you tell them, hey, I'm vacating from this institution based on the much that you're paying me and whatever. Guess what? They are likely chances of them calling you on board and trying to negotiate the match they pay you are actually high. And that's why you see most of the people hop from one job to the other, and you're there saying there are no jobs. For example, if you come from Kenya, you understand somebody by the name, there is this guy who was vying for the Nairobi governor. I forgot the name. So that guy was jumping all the way from Equity to Centum to what, and people are like, what the heck is going on with this guy? I mean, this guy is not jobless. Anytime he gets off this job, and he was former CEO of, I forgot the name, guys. You remind me the name of that specific guy on the comment section. That guy used to jump from one place to the other, to the other, to the other. So what exactly does it tell you? It tells you the more valuable you are, the more money you will make, okay? And this is where a majority of people also get it wrong. Remember one thing, you see, most of the people tend to think or believe or feel that it's my right to be paid more. No, it is not your right. It is not. You know why? It's never your right. It's your what? It's your worth. How much are you worth? Okay? How much are you worth? And that's why if you go to any given institution, they tell you, here we pay HR 45,000 at the end of the month. Because that is the value we perceive them to bring on board. For example, I always give you a very simple example. See, if you go, whatever the amount of money that you get paid at the end of the month, okay? Remember one thing, usually make 4 times of that. If you're paid 40,000 at the end of the month, you're bringing 4 times that, meaning you're making 160,000 for that given company. And this is what happens. So if you make 160,000 at the end of the month, they give you the 40, they remain with 3 times. That's for sure. Don't think that you're bringing a 40,000 value in that given company. Come on, it will be you making money, not them. So what does it mean? You always make them 3 times of what you do what you usually bring on board. I repeat, if you're being paid 40,000, you usually make 160,000 at the end of the month. So guess what? You have made them 360,000 at the end of the month. Now what they do, okay? This is what they do. Sorry about the call. They give you the 40,000, then they remain with 120,000. And this is the reason why likes of the Joshua Igara, they are paid $1 million a day. If the guy has the ability to go out there, change the numbers, and maybe salvage. Come on, let me ask a very simple question. If you employ somebody, let's say you are the KCB, and if you employ somebody, and that somebody actually managed to bring or save or salvage 500 million Kenyan shillings in a single let's say in a single month, or not even a single month. Let's say he saves you like 500 million in a single month, or maybe let's say 1 billion Kenyan shillings in a whole year. He has the capability of salvaging that. Let's say that money was just going in low pause and what have you. He managed to capture that and bring it on forth. And you realize there is an increment of 1 billion Kenyan shillings. And the guy tells you, guess what? Out of that, I need 30%. 300 million Kenyan shillings or 365 million Kenyan shillings because you ought to pay me each and every day $1 million, Bob. Will you take the deal? Definitely, you're likely to take the deal because at the end of the day, you're remaining to over 700 or 600 million Kenyan shillings. So what does it mean? The less valuable you are, or the more valuable you are, the more money that you're gonna make. Now, the point is this: how now do you become valuable than you are right now? Probably that should be another video the next time, but I can just give you a hint on that of what exactly we're going to talk about, okay? This is what we do. If you want to improve your value, number one, values actually, you see, value ranges from different things. Number one, you can work on your communication skills. Number two, you can work on the skills. Let's say maybe you're just a class 8 dropout. You're employed somewhere as a we say as a handyman. We say mtu wa mkono in a masonry. So if you can be able to learn the skills of masonry, what does it mean? You become a mason, you earn more, all right? Let's say if you're employed somewhere, maybe let's say as a teacher, or maybe let's say you're employed somewhere as a cook, you get yourself back to school, you learn about catering and what have you. Guess what? You're likely to front your papers to a given supermarket, or maybe let's say you are given hotel, you can be able to make more as much. So what does it mean? You work on the skills, improve the skills. Number two, improve on what we call, communication skills. You work on the skills, the soft skills, you work on the hard skills. That is how you improve yourself. And also be a hunger knowledge oriented. Love to learn, love to be out there, love to be outgoing, love to be present yourself and all those kind of things. All right. And the other thing, the most important one, is that you ought to be disciplined. Consistency. Those are the things that you need to have for you to make more money. All right. And that's why you see, have you ever heard of somebody saying, hey, guess what? I feel like I'm going back to school. And for example, let's take this example. You graduated, you have the undergraduate degree. You get out of the job market, here you are. And then you realize they're paying you like 50,000. That's the same job market. You realize somebody's earning 120,000. And if you find out, you realize, hey, these guys have masters. So you're like, oh, okay. So does it mean now if I go out there, I add another degree on top of what I have, I'm likely to earn that amount of money? So be it. You go back to school, you get more skills, you become more specialized. You sharpen your skills or you polish your skills. You come back here, you become competitive. Probably you either replace that guy or maybe you go to a different institution and you earn that amount of money. And then once you're there, you realize again, whew, there is a dude who is making 250 G's at the end of the month. And you find out the guy has the doctorate. You say like, if I possess the doctorate, then I'm likely to make that amount of money. You go back to school and henceforth you continue doing exactly that. You improve on what you can deliver. Come on, this is where people don't get it right. You improve on what you can deliver. If you improve on what you can deliver, I am telling you, the amount of money that you'll be paid, in most cases, is not them who dictates, it's you. And I always tell you this, don't forget this point. If you're in a situation whereby it is not you who determines or defines how much to be paid, you're on the wrong side of the equation as far as the money is concerned. I repeat my point. If you are on the side where it is not you who decides how much to be paid, you are on the wrong side as far as the money is concerned. Always be at the end where you define how much to be made. And that's, you know what? I do believe even God created us to dominate, to have dominance on what you have. For example, take an example of this great athlete of our country, likes of Omanyala, likes of the Kipchoge and Kiptum, the upcoming one. See, what do? They dominate. If it's marathon, they dominate. They make sure that nobody, literally, nobody comes even close to them. If you dominate, whenever somebody thinks about marathon, they think about you. And when they only think about you, then you can dictate how much to be paid. For example, if you get approached by a brand or a company to advertise them as something, then at the end of the day, you tell them, guess what? This is my worth. And the moment you understand your worth, you'll be able to make as much as you can. I know this one. Some of you have not gotten the message, because even me back then when I was young, when I mean in terms of finance, I used not to get the message. People used to say, hey, you paid according to your value. Never used to click, but I'm telling you thing. If you keep on watching me, if you keep on listening, if you keep on being hunger for knowledge, one day this will sink and you'll be able to understand what exactly I mean. This is a very, very, very fine information that if you can be able to get it and sniff it as little as you can, I am telling you, success will be paramount. That's for a fact. Don't forget this. The less valuable you are, the less money you're gonna make. And vice versa is also true. For now, it's a goodbye, but don't forget, like this video for free, doesn't cost you anything. Subscribe down below there. There's a small button written subscribe. It is in black. And as well, comment down below. Tell me what you think. Because I'm a believer, just like an iron sharpens another iron, so do we learn from each other. Take your time. My number is as well on the description of this specific video. Let's conversate. All right? For now, it's a goodbye and see you in the next one.